Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing, a big show coming your way tonight. I tell you what, it is the last of our live shows for the year because next week is Christmas Eve. Who would have thought that it would have come around so quick?
Yep.
But then we've got New Year's Eve rolling into the cricket, the tennis, all sorts and that. So tonight, last live show for the year, a big one. Ads,
Yes.
How good is it that after 8 months of winter, we've finally got some summer weather?
Yeah, no, it's going to be too hot, Dave, I think.
What?
Yeah, too
I
hot.
love the heat. I
No,
love the heat.
about time, I tell you. It's about
Trelly,
time.
it's going to be 41 in Melbourne. What's the temperature? They're saying maybe a record temperature north of the Divide.
They're saying 43, but that'll
On Friday.
change. That'll change
To what?
to probably 40, I reckon, or 39.
Do you think we're going to experience global warming for a day?
Oh, no, not up our way. Haven't had it yet this year.
Oh, let's just checking. It's a serious program tonight. We are lucky to have the Minister for Fishing and Boating once again. I reckon it's the third time in 2019. He did a show early, did a show special edition in August.
And now coming to
this one. Welcome,
coming to be
Jaala.
put through my paces. Thank you. It's really nice to be here. And can I just say, congratulations on your Gold Logie equivalent winning moment since
Antenna
last I
award.
was
Yeah,
here.
no, we're wrong with Logie, I reckon.
Yeah, Logan's good.
Yes,
Yeah,
we know
well,
you've got
well,
a big and committed following because I
Ah.
run into people all the time
Yeah.
who talk about this show, and it was nice to see some due recognition in the
good.
Community Telly Awards.
Yeah, we were pretty pumped,
Well done.
boys, weren't we?
Yeah, it was good
it's we know that there's nothing like it, and I've just been down to Hobart to the National Recreational Fishing conference, and there is nothing like this in Australia. No one talks live, no one talks with a minister like this, and so they were pretty pumped. But
That's great. Well done.
we're going to be under the pump tonight. Really big show, lots of content, and what we normally do when we have you on the show is we cross live to your kitchen. I hope your husband's let the camera crew in.
I'm sure he has.
Let's see if we can zoom in to your kitchen. There's a list on your fridge, and here it is, the boating. Oh, I wish I'd have done printouts of these.
So we're doing so much, the font's getting really small, and we're getting older, and so it's getting harder to read.
to read. But you get a heavy tick. Everyone at home can see all that. We can't read it from here.
different grades.
You get. I should be looking over here. You get a heavy tick if you've completed it,
Yep.
and a half a tick if you're on the way,
Okay.
and no tick if you're not on the way. All right, so there's a few things there. We're going to talk about all this stuff tonight. Let's have a look at the fishing list because we have got no hope of reading the fishing list, but have a look at that.
Oh my goodness
No,
me.
now I went back to our August show, and there was only one solid tick on the August show. So you've done a bit more than that. You've done the number plates back then. We're going to talk about number
Election
plates.
was only November. We've been going pretty hard.
No, we push it pretty hard.
Yeah, no, you do, and that's
Anyway,
good.
no, there's
Now we're
good
going
to
to get it
see-
all done.
Good to see lots of ticks, but we're going to talk about all that. We're going to put you under the grill about all the things.
I am ready.
All right, beautiful. Before that, folks, let's have a look at what's been caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
Now, tonight is a first, everyone.
First.
A first. We have 11 catches of the week,
Oh, okay.
all 100% sent in the last week.
Yep.
11 different species. That is.
Oh, okay.
How,
good.
and I wrote to a few people preparing the show last night saying, how good is fishing in Victoria?
Yeah.
Because I don't think other states could do this.
We got a carp.
No carp. No carp. Let's kick it off with a classic.
That's a missed opportunity, really.
That is.
No, carp don't make catch of the week.
No, I know they don't.
Good. Gummy sharks
Get 'em
in Western Port are just absolutely on fire this
Oh, it's a good
week.
one.
This
wow.
year.
That's
Alex
a good
Westsema, a lovely 17.8 kilo gummy shark off Warneat. Not in Warneat, but off Warneat.
Off it.
That's a cracking
It is.
fish.
It looks
Yeah,
like
that's a
he's
big
tap
fish.
dancing on the gunnel.
Well, he's being supported by a bait board.
All right.
Let's keep moving. Jack and Darren Smith. Good to see the kids out. Have a look at this. Jack actually got this fish in all on his own. A school shark, 14 kilos. And again, out of Warneet.
Yeah.
The top end, all right for the Sharks.
Great time for sharks
Okay.
up there.
Jack.
Good to see the kids out with their dads, you know, and well done to Dad Darren, who was, you know, just let Jack get on the reel.
It's a good effort. It's
Yeah,
not a small fish.
That's a big smile he's got there.
That's pretty
It
good.
was, yeah, great.
Beautiful.
King George, and look, the kids, they're dominating. I tell you what, young Cade Thornhill got out to the middle spit with his dad, King George whiting.
It's a good couple of handfuls.
Seen some beautiful whiting this week.
Yeah.
Lee Kay's got 6 fingers on one hand.
Has he?
How many fish on that hand?
There's only 5.
Oh, okay.
Trelly. Let's keep going with the speed. In fact, I should.
I'm quite interested to see what
Okay,
species we've got
We've
going
done
on here.
4. What do you reckon's?
Oh, there'll be a Murray cod, surely.
Yeah, keep going.
Trout.
Catfish.
Yep. No catfish.
Catfish.
Oh, what's it? There's a
Keep going.
There'll be a
Come on.
snapper.
There'll be a snapper.
Got a
trout.
tray?
We said
No.
What?
Cray.
King.
No.
Kingfish.
No.
Trout.
Yeah, we said trout. Yeah, okay, we'll get along with it. People are getting bored at home. Let's have a look at this. Micah Hams, another child out on the calamari off Sorrento. And I've got to say that
Oh, it's a big fish.
it's
Oh, yeah.
I was out on Sunday,
good.
just 17 degrees in the bay.
Yeah.
It's cold. Oh, Charlie, you went diving not so long
Yeah, I
ago.
went diving a couple of weekends ago. And
Cold?
With the winter wetsuit on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, needed it.
Like a little seal I was, my 7 mil. But yeah, my watch said it surfaces at about 17 and down a bit lower, about 14. So
Was it really down low?
That's gone.
Yeah, it's at least 2 months behind. So some big calamari coming in right now. We've seen them in Flinders, seeing them in Port
Yeah.
Phillip right now, and which is
Flinders-
all about 2 months too late.
Bloody
Yeah, you wouldn't have picked this one. Ned
Oh, the
Griffin,
elephant.
and this is Faulkner Beacon.
Oh, the elephant, yeah.
The elephant fish. Have a look at that.
That's
It's a good photo. It's just the biggest elephant I've ever
It's a big
seen.
elephant fish. Usually migrate into Western Port to spawn, but unusual to catch them at the Faulkner Beacon. So
Funny how they're deformed like that, but they're good.
that's then.
I'd
Trelly, they
look
probably
at
say the same thing about you. Let's keep going. The salmon. I love it when the salmon are prolific. Everyone thinks they're a winter species, but during summer they're massive in the heads, but they are also off Altona. Big schools. Have a look at this. Jackson Supermus. The kids are just dominating.
Yeah, they get it done.
Absolutely dominating.
isn't that great?
It's not going to end.
Yeah, nice big.
And I've got some stories
Oh,
for the
how did we
next
not
couple
get
of
the
ones.
next one?
Oh no, why didn't you pick the next one?
Yeah.
Do you know? And okay, we've got about 3 to go. What do you reckon? Oh, you
Kingfish?
can see that one on
No,
the
I
screen.
said that. And they
What is
didn't.
it?
No,
Well,
Mako
obviously
shark.
the next one. Ooh,
No.
good guess.
Make it a shot.
it's all about the base.
The boat drummer.
Bass.
Oh, bass.
Drummer.
Anyway, let's get to them. People are getting
Drummer.
bored at home already.
Drummer bass.
Have a look. So this one here. Hi guys, have a look at this. Hi guys, my daughter Tia Smith caught, aged 11, caught her first big flathead in. I always have trouble saying this. The Wallagarara River. Yeah, in Malakuta. You've
That's
just
it.
been up there, Jaala?
Oh, beautiful
This
spot.
week on a live potty mullet, after an hour of wading the banks, it went 85 centimetres. She'll be excited to see it on your next fishing
Great
report. Cheers from
fish.
John. That is a great flathead, dusky flathead from Malakuta.
How's the colouring on that flatty too?
Yep.
How nice
Beautiful.
is Malakuta?
14 years net free.
I went and
That's
had-
what happens.
Wow, I had a look at the easternmost boat ramp when we were there.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful
Point.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I reckon this is the cousin. Is he the cousin of, what's the concreter's name?
Oh, Silvio.
Silvio the
Silvio.
concreter. Have a look at this. Luciano Cipri.
Featured on the show numerous times.
Yeah, is he Silvio's cousin? I think he might be a concreter. He looks like a concreter. A brown trout out of Moorabool, which
That's a
is
good
that
looking
near
trout.
Ballarat, Moorabool?
It's
On the way.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah,
On the way. It's
right.
close.
Good fish.
Yeah.
Closer to Geelong.
Have a look at this bloke, Greg Smith. He's a champion because he works for us.
The Yeti himself.
Yeah. A golden perch up at the Cod Classic.
Yep.
He got a 55 and a 54 centimetre and came second and third in the Cod Classic for golden
really?
perch.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
work.
Champion.
It's good fish. It's a real good fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lucky last, there's a story about this.
Just a surprise one because I don't think
Let's
there's
put
any.
the photo up. Hopefully, yeah. Oh no, geez, okay, maybe I've missed a few.
Second lucky last.
Hack McGrath got a lovely Murray cod up at Echuca. And next one, let's put it up.
Nice fish.
There you go. Now look at this one, right? Desmond Veloff, a 48.5 centimetre bass at a Blue Rock. Here's the
Good
story.
fish.
7-year-old Desmond of Ferntree Gully was fishing with his family at Blue Rock Lake when he had a really good bite within 10 minutes of casting a line in. He landed the thumping 48.5 centimetre Australian bass on a scrub worm and was stoked. When he admired his catch a little closer, he realised it had a tag in. Desmond's dad, John, got in touch with the VFA and learnt that Desmond had caught more than just a big bass. How's this, Jaala?
This is ringing a bell.
Do you remember that day in 2015? We went down with the cameras. Big Kev was on the camera. And we released 12 bass into Blue Rock to celebrate the new regulations
On boats.
in Blue Rock. We put 12 bass in 2015 at 40 centimetres long. It's grown 8.5 centimetres. Desmond has just won himself.
Found one of them.
Yep, and won himself a $250 rod and reel.
Yeah,
How good's
that's
that?
fantastic.
How good is
And if
that?
my memory
Well done.
serves me right, was 4 years ago. But we had some tackle stores donating the prizes and
Absolutely.
contributing to that. So how good's that?
Lisa Neville's there, Harriet Shing was there. It was a great day.
It was a lovely day.
momentous day for
Beautiful
Blue
spot.
Rock. If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au. Go Pies!
Yeah, I wanna go fishing.
Coming up next, we talk boat ramps to start the conversation on how Jaala's list has gone in 2019. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See you down at Tackle World today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
If you've only just joined us, we are joined by the Minister for Fishing and Boating, Jaala Pulford, in the studio tonight. Our last show for the season. It's
Lovely to be back.
It's been a great year.
It's really good
Like,
to hear.
seriously. The biggest
lots to
thing,
be
if I
doing.
was to say a highlight of the year, was when we started talking fishing at the start of the year. Even when we came back in September, people said, there's no way that boat ramps were going to be free. Jaala and
true.
Daniel,
Yep.
they're gonna stop the launch fee and they're going to introduce a parking fee.
Yeah, that was all just rubbish. we were never going to do that. There were some wild theories kicking around, but no,
There was some wild.
it's our thing. We say something before the election, and then we
gonna do
get
it.
into it and we do it. So fee-free boat ramps, launching and parking, all done.
People are and I
It
don't.
took a while. It was a harder grind than I think I'd anticipated.
Yeah.
22 different organisations at the councils or different committees of management running those, and so it's 22 different sets of negotiations.
Once the ball
and
started
contracts.
rolling,
Yeah.
it just rolled, didn't it?
It was a bit of a race to not be last. Yeah.
Someone lost.
Yeah, so we we're aiming to have them all done before people put their boats in the water in the spring, and it was a few days into September. I think the last contract was signed. Yeah,
Pretty
so
good though.
Had some lovely feedback too. It's just so nice.
No one drives in and goes, oh, where do I pay anymore?
I know, how good
No
is
one does that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so good. So
Just makes it a bit easier on the household budget.
Yeah.
People work hard, and
you don't realise how much $17 makes.
Well,
Seriously.
you know
Like,
what?
it
I
does.
think it's a
It all
really big
adds
tick
up.
as far as confidence in a government. Or, or a new Jaala, as far as getting the job done. I mean, above and beyond like money you pay, it's like here's a department that's stuck true to their word, which is great.
Now, so the boating commitments.
The team did a good job on that too.
Yeah.
Our Better Boating Victoria. It's a little team, dynamic team, and it was really their first task, and there was a lot of running around, and they did a beautiful job.
The boating commitment's much bigger than just free boat ramps, and one of the things I guess that's been on my mind that could be complicated is the boat licence and boat registration fees being allocated to improving boating facilities and safety. So I think that's around $30 million a year, is it?
Yeah, it moves around a little bit because some licence categories are on a 5-year renewal, but it's basically $29 million a year. So it's a lot of money.
So what has to happen, and you don't have to, you mightn't have all the answers. Could this end up like the recreational fishing licence trust account? Or is it something that you're just going to go, nah, we know what it is and we'll put it all into boating? How's this going to work? So
we've made the first instalment and a big one. So in our first budget after the elections, that was start of May, $47 million, and we're working really hard to get that out the door and doing all sorts of things. So that includes the review on management, which in the scheme of that money, we'll come back to that in a minute, is a modest part of it. The fee replacement and a whole bunch of priority projects and some other things that we've got in the works that we'll announce over the next few months.
Long term, where do you think that money, how will that work?
But the promise is every cent of the licensing and registration fees for boats. And so we're just my department's working with the Treasurer's department just about what's the best way to put that together so that people can have confidence about it and can see it. And they'll be able to see it and know that it's there and that we're good to our word on that.
I'd say it's complicated. Is it 1 year, 2 years off that you'll have that embedded?
Yeah, we'll certainly deliver it this term. We'll deliver each of these commitments this term. And that first $47 million is really, I guess, the equivalent of the first year and a fair bit of the second year. And just the thing with these projects, and we'll talk about some of the upgrades in a minute, is you've got to design them and plan them and then make sure everybody's happy with them and then contract them out and deliver them, and so rolling those things, some of those things just take literally more than one financial year to get done. But in the next year or two we'll have that absolutely settled. I'm not in a position to kind of put a date on it now, but that's cool. Very much on the list and work has begun.
All right, some of the commitments were for an upgrade to Hastings, Point Richards, Queenscliff and Rill. I know there was a couple of others, but they're pretty important ones. How are they going? Yeah,
they're good. So I've got a little bit of a list. You've got your list of stuff I'm doing. I've got my other list of stuff I'm doing. So Queenscliff designs are now out for public comment, and that's about improving parking, extra ramp lanes and longer pontoons. We hope to finalise those designs in the next few months and then get onto the construction stage. Point Richards is a 2-part project. So first up is expanding the car park. So that again, a lot of these are now at the stage where we've got them out to the community for feedback, and we've had loads of people come and come to the info sessions. It's been really
in those
good,
public sessions.
Was certainly really important to me. The second part at Point Richards is around seagrass, and so we've commissioned a coastal processes study, getting a bit of science there.
This is where all the seagrass, after about a day, washes up on the ramp. You remove it and it washes up again. Yeah,
we're going to try and come up with a better plan than that.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and so that information, that science and that bit of external advice will help us know what we need to build and where, so that problem can be fixed. Rill, again, those designs are out and about now. So reconfiguring the car park, but the big feature at Rill is an additional pontoon and jetty.
Okay.
And so we'll get those designs going. The Rill Phillip Island Angling Club have been right in this. They've been very engaged, and we thank them for their role in that. Hastings is coming along. So Better Boating Victoria is working through the design, having discussions with the Mornington Peninsula Shire Council and the Western Port Angling Club, and that's about installing all tide ramps, which will happen next year, and then while that's going on, we'll design a second pontoon and look at the issues around the car park. So that one's underway as well. And at Morty, works have started to install tide boards. There's some investigations underway for a new pontoon on the western side of the Nepean Highway Bridge, and some planning to replace the current pontoons at Morty Alec Boat Ramp and also deal with the car parking. So some of these, there's lots, and some of these there's actually, we talk about sort of 6 locations we said with a priority, but in quite a number of these there's sort of, part 1, part 2, part 3 in different bits. And so we're just getting it all done as quick as we can.
Yep.
And of course, everything we do, whether it's the other things the government's building or has on the go, we try and make the construction time as minimally impactful on people as possible. And so we sort of work around the weather and work around the
fishing so
busy
good all year
activity.
round.
Yeah, that's a problem. Anyway, it's a nice problem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were going to say something, Julie?
No, you're all good.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, move on to the next one. You're about to announce, you have announced 20 additional moorings that are seasonal moorings in Port Phillip Bay.
Yeah, no, that's good. And as well as work to upgrade the existing ones.
Yep.
So just, it's a very, very popular spot. It's a really beautiful, beautiful part of the Mornington Peninsula. And, we know that demand's running hot. So.
I think the people that do book those, because I know the existing moorings were pretty much all booked out, but the new ones will be, I think it's
available from Friday.
Yeah, from this Friday.
You can book this Friday from the
just get on the
for the period from the 23rd of December.
Yeah, on Parks Victoria website, I think it is. So and lucky last on boating, there's a Better Boating Victoria discussion paper that's open for comment until the 10th of January. What's that all about? Yeah,
so when we made promises to boaters across the Victorian community about having a look at these at the management and really what people describe to me as a real hodgepodge set of arrangements, all these different committees, different rules, different standards. So we said that we would have undertake this review. The Premier and I at the time said we would we're really sort of heading in the direction of maybe a dedicated authority, and we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves before, designing the thing before we've properly understood the problem, but that's kind of the idea, something a bit like the Fisheries Authority, but for boating. And so we've got this discussion paper. It actually does a really nice bit of compare and contrast with New South Wales and Queensland as well, to give people a bit of context. And there's a few prompts there. This is open for public comment until the 10th of January, and the more the merrier. Like, we really want to have people who are on the water, who are using these facilities, telling us what's important. So I would encourage people to have a go at that. It's a pretty short form. People can put in long and complicated submissions, or you can just give us your 2 bobs worth.
While you're talking about that, I think we've got the website coming up on the screen there. So just betterboating.vic.gov.au, you'll see the links to the survey, I guess, and where you can make your comments. So,
handful of short questions.
This is an opportunity for people to really have their say. For too many years, and I guess this is what led to us lobbying you on this sort of stuff, is that there's. I guess my best word for it is inconsistent management between every boat ramp in Victoria. Certainly around Port Phillip and Western Port. So there's a website. Get on it, have your say.
Yeah, it's really important. We heard people very loudly and clearly on this issue, and that's why we made the commitment, and so now we need your help to make sure we get it absolutely right.
Yeah, there you go.
Very good.
Coming up next, product of the week, a couple of Christmas presents, Christmas present ideas, as well as more on fishing with Minister Jaala Pulford next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Spotters, Stephanie speaking.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Okay, great.
Now, it's about this time of year, Dave, Jaala, through the shop, we get asked, the most common question right now is, what do I get for a present for someone who's got everything?
Record number of females in the shop today.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
By the way, asking, what do I buy my husband?
Yeah, so we've got 3 very simple, quick options. They've all featured on this season of Talking Fishing, and I think it's pretty safe to say they've been the best received too. We get a lot of feedback through social media and through the shop itself. I'll start with a reel because that can kind of be a little bit daunting for people who don't know much about fishing tackle to ask about. And I'm going to start with a Sustain 3000. Now we've got a bit of a graphic which I think we'll throw up now. It just gives you a little bit of a snapshot what we say. Fishing reel, sunglasses and a tumbler bag, which we'll leave till last because it probably deserves the most explanation. But I'll launch straight into it. The reel is a Sustain, Shimano Sustain. We've had this on the show before. Yep. And I think it's solidified itself in the range of one of the most, I guess, greater value for money reels. You get the technology and all the bits and pieces of reels well above its price point.
Yeah, of a top end reel.
That's right. And we're not talking low end gear, but I guess at a mid-range price point, it inherits all the top-end technology that you would see in a Stella, some of the high-end saltwater reels, something you can use in both fresh and salt. It's got one of the best saltwater guards of any of the reels on the market. Strong drag and sizes from a 2500 all the way through to a 5000. So whether you're whiting fishing or you're snapper fishing, bait fishing, lure fishing, it's there in a reel that literally feels like one of the best reels in the market.
A bloke would walk in and buy a Stratic, but hope that his wife buys him a Sustain.
That's a great way. That's a great way to explain it.
That's
a great way to explain it.
This is how to tell
tell
someone you love them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you can't afford a $120,000 Porsche, you buy a second-hand one, and and then you go, I still drive a Porsche. Yeah. If you can't afford a Stella, you'd be wrapped if you got a Sustain.
That's right, and you are getting many of the features which you would find in a Sustain. You're getting it in that
By the way,
reel.
you've got 30 seconds left.
Okay. Sunglasses. This is really cool and really easy.
Yep.
Because there are loads and loads of models to choose from. I've gone with the Rebel. For the bit of a unisex, boys and girls. It's the best bridge between a dedicated pair of fishing glasses and something that you can wear out and about.
Yeah, driving, all that.
And for the ladies, Shay. We only covered this a couple of weeks ago. It's been received exceptionally well in a grey or a copper lens. But we encourage you to come in and try them on. There's heaps to choose from, very extensive range.
Everyone would love a set of spotters.
That's right, and we'll guide you into what lens, because there is a few to choose from. We will guide you at what lens best suits your application. Whether it's casual or fishing, there is something to cater for everyone. Now, Trelly, as you rock out a sexy pair of Shay, you are also holding a tumbler bag. Now, Dave, you have done one of the coolest and most extensive videos on how to use a tumbler bag.
They're not cheap, but you'll never, ever, ever clean another whiting or calamari in your life, or a garfish.
That's right.
It is so good. You just should tell someone to buy you one for Christmas.
Exactly. And why?
Leave a note.
We say not cheap.
Tumbler bag.
Next to the milk.
But that will last you a lifetime. It is the highest quality components. As I said, it just makes life so easy. I can't
just
paddle that fast in a kayak,
so
yeah, tight. Have you put red fin in them?
Yeah, we put reddies in. Yeah.
Works all right.
Give time to the boat so you don't lose a whole lot.
Yeah.
But no, they work reddies.
I'm going to blow the buzzer, boys. We've got a lot to get through.
That's the tumbler.
Product of the week. There's some great Christmas presents. Trelly.
Done.
I am.
Now, we have a very, very exciting. I think it's actually the news of the century. I think it's actually the news because as we've spoken, it's a plan that's going to take 100 years to knock off, and we are very, very fortunate tonight that we have got the Minister for Fishing, Jaala, here to announce the. I'll do a bit of a drum roll.
The location.
Oh, hello.
For our new native fish hatchery.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's been an extensive search. Now, we said around the Shepparton area we needed to be near the right water supply, we needed to be on the right kind of soil, we needed abundant clay. And so, I bought you blokes Christmas present.
What is this?
Well, this is... See, I'm now hiding behind your Christmas present, but if you...
Can we rip the paper off?
Yeah, you rip it off.
Hey, let's give us a hand.
We're going to join a dot to dot first.
So this is an aerial photo.
No way.
First ever sighting. Saw it first on Talking Fishing.
No way.
Teaming up the right way, Miss Patsy.
Yeah, how you going?
Pretty good.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
There you go.
That is an aerial shot
Yep.
of the new
Of the new hatchery.
The new hatchery.
Yeah, so it's
That's
in
it.
Arcadia, 20 minutes south of Shep.
Yeah.
And we have now finalised the purchase with family, with some people who had had the property for a very long time.
Correct.
And, they're going on to do new and exciting things for them. And I think they're pretty happy to be part of this important bit of Victorian fishing
Absolutely.
history.
Can we keep that and maybe put it as part of our set?
You can.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, not only do you have that photo, but we've been given some aerial footage from the VFA. So let's have a look at that while we talk over this. Trelly and I were lucky because we're on the Snobs Creek Advisory Board. We held our board meeting 2 weeks ago in Shepparton, and before this was all settled, we actually went and had a sneak peek. They let us on, and
It's a beautiful spot.
look, I think I said to you earlier before the show, this is 11 out of 10. You know, if you were going to design, if you're going to design the perfect property for a hatchery. Now you can see the dam there. That's actually dry at the moment because he doesn't need it. He's not using it.
But it's 60 megalitre
and you've got water rights to
storage.
fill that, so no worries at all.
It's 170 hectares. There's a kilometre of river frontage on the mighty Goulburn.
1 kilometre.
Isn't that beautiful? All the clay
Wow.
we need and all the water we need. Yeah, so it's been, it's that sort of behind the scenes stuff that, it takes a little while to come to fruition, but we've been narrowing down the perfect site really all year, and just in the last few weeks signed the sale of contract. We've had a happy seller that's been a pleasure to deal with, I gather, by all accounts, and a very, very happy buyer.
Can I just one little story, which I'm sure the VFA and you won't mind telling us that, the VFA did some great work in, I guess, looking at the whole township around Shepparton. I think they did about 20. We had Anthony Forster on here, about 20 odd kilometres around. They picked, I guess, 5 desired sites, and they wrote to those people, no obligation, no compulsory buying, which you were very strong on.
Nothing like that.
And one of the blokes said, I'm not interested, but my next door neighbour might be.
Isn't that
and
beautiful?
How good is that?
He's about to retire.
Yeah, it's just when things happen and fall into place, you just go, this was meant to be.
It was one of those things where just all, and being a little bit privy to what was going on, was like, it just ticked all those boxes, like you say, Jaala. And it's like a blank canvas as far as what you want to do with the ponds and how you want to set it up. It's just the electricity is where it's supposed to be, the houses where it's supposed to be, and the rivers where it's supposed to be. It's fantastic.
It's going to be a dream. So what happens now is that the Victorian Fisheries Authority will take possession of the site early in the new year, and now that we know exactly where it's going to be, get to the next level of detail on the design and the planning approval processes and construction, and we reckon we're on track to have this done by the end of 2021.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Which is good,
That is amazing.
because we like fish stocking, we're going to stock waterways with fish like it's going out of fashion, and so this hatchery can't happen soon enough.
Might quickly roll off some stats after the break because we're getting yelled at. But the good thing is our viewers, they've seen the raw property. They're going to follow this journey over the next few years live on Talking Fishing.
That's going to be a great adventure.
There you go. Big news announced first here. Coming up next, Kramer's Mailbag. Plenty more with the Minister for Fishing and Boating next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.
Few mailbags quickly, but Charlie, during that last segment, why were you patting the bag?
Just
seemed
time
like
to pat something.
Just seemed like the right thing to do.
Need to pat the bird, not the bag.
What's the go with the bird?
God damn it, I'll tell you what. Don't ever work with kids, animals, or trolley. I can tell you. Right, mailbag, really quickly. Craig wrote into us this one. The Loch Sport Fishing Association was formed last November with a major purpose of promoting and encouraging recreational fishing in Loch Sport and surrounding areas. Some of us at the time were supporting the No Nets campaign being spearheaded by David Warren, and we did host a public meeting in Loch Sport that was attended by more than 100 fishermen. 1 year down the track, we are delighted to have the support of 20 business sponsors and now have over 80 memberships, mainly family groups, totalling 260 people when spouses and kids are included. And we've got a bit of a slide here. The inaugural Loch Sport Surf Fishing Classic is being held on 90 Mile Beach at Loch Sport on Sunday the 29th of December 2019. Fishing is from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. High tide's 10:39 a.m. The family entry fee is $25 and there will be a range of excellent prizes. The prize presentations will be on the shore of Lake Victoria in front of the Lakeview Bar and Bistro starting at 4 p.m. Great newly formed club. They've really got some purpose, this club, and if you're going down to Lakes Entrance or you're going to be staying anywhere near Loch Sport, get in on this comp. Good family comps, and you know, often we say clubs are dying.
Yeah.
This one's new
growing.
and growing.
Yeah,
so
good
really,
form.
really good
Yeah,
information
you
there.
can just get a feel for the great energy they've got.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Good place,
Good for
Loch
them.
Sport. This one from David. He writes, "Hi David, Adam, and Steve. On the second aired show in February this year, you read out my email about all the Victorian anglers who do not need a Vic fishing licence. In my email, I suggested that perhaps the VFA should send out a reply-paid questionnaire to all those potential anglers. Refer to the exemptions in the fishing handbook as well as federal exemptees. I would think this would be quite a list. It would be about 4 million people, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Or more.
I just think that.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of people.
Travis Dowling was on your show that night, and in response to your question about the suggestion, he replied that the VFA would be doing random phone surveys, not of 4 million people, because that'd
No,
cost a
but
bit.
you can get a good sample.
Yeah.
You can get a good idea.
What about all the Victorians who do not have a landline but do have a mobile? I don't know if there is a list of all Victorians who have a mobile. Indeed, what about those who have neither? It's going to get complicated.
Yeah.
It is now mid-December and nobody I know who have either or both telephone services has received such a call. Perhaps your multitude of show onlookers could let you know if they've received such a call any time between February and the present. So please, if you've had a call from Travis and the VFA,
That's right, it's not a wrong number.
if you could let us know if you've been surveyed. That's that one. And lucky last, High Crane was interested to see the discussion on Tuesday, the 3rd of the 12th, regarding limits on the amount of rods being carried. I've always read the regulations as being rods in use by any one person. Remember this debate?
Yeah, I do.
It would read, as you can see from the screenshots he did include, but I haven't got them, that the limit applies to the rods that you actually have in the water. Or other rods are not in the water and in the boat, then they would not be in use. Great show. Always look forward to it every week. Thanks from Aaron. There you go.
So you can have 600 rods on the boat.
Yeah, as long as you only got 2 in the water, or 4 if you're in salt water.
Except if you're in New South Wales.
If you'd like to write into Kramer's mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Alrighty, now let's move on to a few things, Jaala. How are the fishing number plates going?
Oh, well, if you're having one of those panicked Christmas present moments,
great
Fishing
idea.
number plates.
get on that.
Oh,
Good doing that,
Yeah, they're going okay. They're going okay. They're really nice
So you
design.
can put any name and number on it. It's just
Yeah,
but
so
it's got the
different
fishing
prices.
type
So you can
things.
take your current rego and get a fish design, the fish plate look and feel for just under $200. If you want to do a new combination with some fishy kind of clever something or the other, or someone's name, or those combinations you can do. You can just jump online and play around with the combinations and see what works. So they're a bit more. They're $4.95 because it's a whole new set of plates, whole new combo, and $195 also for one for the trailer. This is the first time we've had custom plates for trailers. So
you can't get any other design.
Nice way to show the fishermen in your life, fisherwoman in your life.
Pop down to Vic Roads?
You adore them. Yep, you can do.
You meant to say they changed their name, so I was just testing you on that one. Yes, I got her. Yes.
Still, like if you're looking at the outside of the building, it says Vic Roads. Vic Roads. This is my other job, the roads minister.
I was just checking because you are 100% up to speed. I know. But you're 100% up to speed with fishing. I'm just checking how good you are with roads.
100% up to speed on roads. Thank you. Yeah, it still says Vic Roads out the front, but we've brought them into Department of Transport and.
Very good.
What's the funniest one you've seen so far?
Oh, there's a few naughty ones sometimes we've seen.
We need to find
Is there?
Yeah, a couple of quite cheeky ones.
Do you have to,
trying to
as
get
the
through.
Minister for Roads, do you have to approve them?
No, they can sort that out themselves. But
like
we've had a
wicked
couple.
campers,
We've
isn't
had a couple come to our attention that are a bit cheeky. So if you're doing it, you know, think about being civilised.
Out in the public.
Yeah, otherwise we'll come get you.
We need to get them.
How is on-water access to the 6 reservoirs going, and when will they be open to tinnies?
Yeah, so going gangbusters. So Hepburn Lagoon, Tullaroop, Lauriston, Barkers Creek, Upper Colaburn and Malmesbury reservoirs are all now open for small crafts like kayaks and boats with electric motors.
Yep.
Tinnies will be open for tinnies at Upper Colaburn and Barkers Creek, including Premier Mines roads, and keep your eye out for more that we can do there. But those 2 locations to start with, and we're also upgrading some of the facilities at in those spots too. So there's a new
they don't have to carry
kayak
100 yards or anything.
access point at Upper Colaburn.
I've been to Upper Colaburn with Travis, and the access is right down to the water now. Not quite open for tinnies yet, but that's right on the radar, isn't it? So,
that's right.
very
So
close.
we'll keep you updated, keep everyone updated as we go. But
Send a smoke signal. Be good.
Well, I've heard they've got a really nice camera set up.
Yeah, let's not go there.
No, it's they are beautiful spots, and this has been
pristine waters
important
too.
Work, and making sure that all of those controls are in order has taken a bit of time, but it's been good, and the water authorities.
And I know we haven't got it on the agenda, but some good stocking's about to happen in Upper Col. I don't even know. Do you know about that?
Yeah, we are. Hang on.
Well, it's somewhere in the notes, but
yeah, no, I do. Yeah,
there are some good stockings
cod
about to happen.
and yellows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. King prawns in Lake Tyers.
Yeah. So I only get a half a tick for this, right?
Yeah,
so this has been
challenging.
It's been a little tricky. So as a lot of your viewers will know, there's been some real challenges with biosecurity issues, like white spot in Queensland. Things you need to obviously take incredibly seriously and be very, very careful about. The Lake Tyers has been closed off for 4 years now.
So 4 years?
Yeah. It's been a while. And so we have been working with someone from New South Wales on basically growing them for translocation. As it turned out, just because of those biosecurity risks, we just weren't able to quite land the arrangement there. So we've had to go back to the drawing board a bit on this, but we've got a couple of other really good options which don't involve moving them halfway around the country. We'll source them locally, and so there's a couple of different options on the go. And I still think, we were hopeful of having them settled in, our Lake Tyers prawns, settled in for the start of summer. I think by the end of summer we'll probably have them done.
I think the punters will understand. I mean, when a system's closed for 4 years, you can't just create magic. So it's, that's good.
I mean, we'll create magic, but it'll take a little bit longer than I think we'd initially hoped.
All right, let's keep moving. Next, coming up next on Talking Fishing, hotspots, the all-important hotspots. Got a couple more things to cover with Jaala next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for.
Hotspots, brought to you by Seamaster Batteries.
All right, I'll tell you what, a lot of people are heading away early before Christmas, and some big fishing opportunities around. Let's head straight into the hotspots. Number one, as I said earlier in the show, a very late season. Everything's about 2 months behind. There has been some big calamari move into Queenscliff, Trelly.
Yeah, real big.
Yep, absolutely.
You got no idea, do you?
He owns a tackle shop in Geelong. Surely you're getting that goss.
Yeah, no, there is actually. There's some crackers, some rippers down there. And
Well played.
Yeah.
I can also say on your side of the bay that the King George whiting, I've seen photos up to 43 centimetres off Werribee this week. So Werribee is our second hotspot.
If you're from Shepparton, do you have a side of the bay?
No, he's got a shop in Geelong as well.
Yeah.
And Laverton.
But
You just wouldn't know it because he doesn't actually know what's going on there.
It's when all the ducks align. You're right.
Don't talk about the ducks.
It's not a duck.
It's a pie. It's a pied oyster eater.
All right.
Just in case anyone was wondering. Let's head over to Western Port and Flinders, capital of calamari right now for the land-based anglers. These northerly winds that we're going to get in the next few days, it's going to be hot. Get down to the hot spot. Yep, going to put it on now. No, can't. Yep, there you go. Tankerton.
Yeah.
I missed. Oh, I'm out of order.
Yeah.
Okay, Tankerton King George whiting. Let's go to the next one. It'll be Flinders at Flinders calamari, right? Let's keep going. We're on a roll. Thornton, Trelly. The water, there's been a few things. The water, if next term Jaala's Minister for Water, she might better fix these.
That's right.
But just that big flow down the Goulburn, no one's had opportunity to get the stonkers. The stonkers are still, the stonkers are still there.
It's easy for you to
big
say.
word.
Yeah, the stonkers are still there, and you should go fishing while it's calm waters and low level right now.
And the cooler weather.
Yes.
The cooler weather, because that'll take a bit to warm up, but it'll fish excellent.
Excellent.
I'm
There you
sure
go.
Lisa would love to come talk to you about water again anytime.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. It's complicated. And lucky last, where that big bass was caught, Blue
And
Rock
it's
Lake.
not the only one.
No, that
There's
bit
been
of
some big
heat
bass.
now, the bass love the heat, the insects, everything.
top
So
water.
get down to Blue Rock. A lot of people will be heading down there for the Christmas holidays. So there you go. That's it.
Lovely.
Let's talk about a couple of things. We've got about 4 minutes left, Jar.
Talk fast.
We've got to talk fast. Have you started work on opening access to fishing and camping on Crown land with grazing licences and river frontage?
Yes, we have, absolutely. And with some of my colleagues as well, given the different roles and responsibilities we have. So our Environment Minister has been responsible for getting the legislation right for this, and that went through the lower house of the Victorian Parliament the last time we sat. We're now on the summer break from the Parliament bit of our job, and that'll come to the upper house
when you get back.
Yeah, probably in one of the February sitting weeks,
Yeah, okay.
reasonably soon, and we'll keep moving on that. But that's going to be really important. We've identified some really popular and important and high value spots for rec users as well.
Yeah.
So that's underway. It's good. We're also going to work on some gates and signs and stuff so people know where they can go and
Important
when.
up your way, Trip.
It is. There's a lot of areas of country Victoria as far as where you can and can't go. So to identify those and give some access would be fantastic.
Yeah, and we'll put we'll ultimately get a map together, put it on the VFA website so people can know where they can go and where they can't.
There you go.
But it's public land.
Artificial
People to use
reefs.
it.
Artificial reefs. $2.5 million worth of artificial reefs you've committed to. How's that going?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
We're working on sites and ideas, some of the smaller ones, and then interested in exploring some of those bigger, more complex projects over the course of next year.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, it's good. I'm going to see if I can help install them now that I can dive.
Yeah. There you go. Bit of
a long shot. They might not let me do
work
that.
going on, I think, this Friday.
Yeah. So
in Corio Bay.
doing getting into the serious bit of the investigations.
Yeah.
And they make such a difference.
Yeah,
it's
they do.
amazing. The very, very first thing I did as Fisheries Minister, the first event I did was we went down to down near Geelong and had a look at those humongous big concrete cubes that then some months later, launched a couple of K out from Torquay, and by all accounts they have created the most beautiful spots.
And they've now got fads on them, I think, that are deployed there.
Yeah, the fads come and go with the season.
Yep, there you go.
A fad is a fish attracting device.
I thought it was a lolly that looked like a cigarette, so if you didn't like something, you just...
No, they're called something
Used to be
else.
called something else.
That's
And
right,
they don't
showing
have those
Really?
anymore.
Well, What?
They don't have those anymore.
I know if you go to those boutique lolly shops in places like Sorrento and Marysville, they still have them.
Nimbin.
In Nimbin. Yeah. There you go.
Well, we don't condone any
and
of that.
Gippsland Lakes netting buyout. Nearly done?
So the legislation has passed. Rural Finance are soon, anyway, now to be commencing work with the 10 licence holders who are impacted by this decision. To support them and help them get through. The average compensation package is pretty significant. It's sort of north of $800,000. So making sure that people have got the support they need for that big change for them. And we've started work on what the recovery of that fishery is going to involve. Just started some preliminary work on that. For the 10 licence holders, they can opt to come out on the 1st of April next year or the 1st of April the year after. So I reckon, we'll check in again in April and see how we go. But in a couple
could be all over by April.
In a couple of years' time, that change will happen. And, it's been a long time since that fishery was at its glorious peak. And we've got to get it back there. But we need to sort of respectfully help these people out of what they've been doing for a long time.
Just hit the buzzer on me. Time's over. Thank you very much for coming in once again.
Guys.
Great 2019. Congratulations for delivering everything you did. It's just been a fantastic year.
That's it. Thanks, everyone.
That's it for Talking Fishing. Hope you enjoyed the show. That's our last live show for 2019, but we have some great best of episodes coming up over the next few weeks from all of us here at Talking Fishing. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a great time fishing over the holiday period. A big thanks to Heidi, Kim, Kev, Sarah, Louie, Jack, Ollie and Mike for all your efforts in getting us to air every week. Thanks to you, Trelly and Adam.
Thank you, Dave.
Until we see you in 2020, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook, so just relax.